Welcome to the Medicare Insider. I'm Aaron, and I'm here to pull back the curtain on the complex world of Medicare so that you can make the best choice for your health and your wallet. So if you're turning 65 this year, your mailbox is probably exploding with flyers, and it's overwhelming, it's confusing, and honestly, it's just a lot of noise. In this video, I'm going to cut through that noise and give you the simple step-by-step roadmap to getting your coverage right the first time. Now, before we dive in, a quick reminder, not affiliated with or endorsed by the government or the federal Medicare program. This video is for educational purposes only. Now, Medicare can feel like the alphabet soup with all the different parts and plans, but it really comes down to a few basics. Now, Medicare Part A is your inpatient hospitalization, and by itself, there's typically no monthly premium. As long as you worked at least 10 years working and paying into Social Security throughout your life, or you're married to someone who did, you get Part A at no monthly cost. So Part A, it has its own deductible. That deductible for the year of 2026 is $1,736, and that's a rolling 60-day deductible. Now, what that means is if you land in the hospital, even for one night, you could be subject to that deductible. When you get out of the hospital, that 60-day benefit period begins, and if you go back in within that 60 days, you won't have to pay anything else. You're not subject to anything else further than that. And if you go back in past that 60-day window, then you could be subject to that deductible again. Now, the other part of Part A technically is what they consider skilled nursing facility. Now, if someone were to land in a skilled nursing facility for a post-hospitalization or post-surgery, the first 20 days would be covered by Medicare, after which days 21 through 100, you would have a daily copay of $217 per day. And these are, again, 2026 numbers. So that is Part A. Now, Part B is pretty much everything else for your medical. This is doctor visits, lab work, outpatient surgeries, physical therapy, you name it. So even if you're getting services done at a hospital, if it's not part of your inpatient hospital stay, it falls under the Part B medical. Now, Part B has its own monthly premium. The monthly premium is actually always going to be based on what your modified adjusted gross income was from 2 calendar years prior. So always 2 years prior. So for this year of 2026, it's based on what you made in 2024. If you've been filing single, it means that if you've made equal to or less than $109,000 adjusted gross income in the year 2024, you just pay the standard base Part B premium. If you've been filing jointly in the year 2024, then it would be a combined income of you and that spouse. If you guys made a combined income of equal to or less than $218,000 adjusted gross income in 2024, then you still pay the base Part B premium. The base Part B premium for Part B this calendar year of 2026 is $202.90 a month. Now, if you're receiving a Social Security check, that would just come automatically out of your Social Security check each and every month, typically starting the month prior to your birthday month. If you're not receiving a Social Security check, then Medicare typically sends you a quarterly bill in the mail, after which you can set it up with something called Medicare Easy Pay, where you can have them directly taken out of your checking account on a monthly basis if you prefer, just to make things easier. Now, if you made more than those annual adjusted gross income amounts, you could be subject to what they consider the IRMA, your income related monthly adjustment amount. Now, the IRMAs is, again, if you make, there's different categories. So there's more details on cms.gov. I can also reference those exact tiers in another video, or you can always comment below and I will do my best to provide that information as well. So Part B, now it has the premium. What's left is how the coverage works. Now, Part B has its own deductible. That deductible for the year 2026 is $283. And so essentially you're paying out-of-pocket costs for the doctors, everything on the medical side until you reach that deductible, after which then Medicare kicks in and covers 80% and you're left with the other 20%. So that is the total of how A and B works. and that is your foundation. But here's the catch. Most people don't realize that the standard Medicare leaves you with 20% exposure, like we talked about, for your medical bills with no limit whatsoever. So if you have a $100,000 surgery, that 20% is coming out of your pocket. So this is why you need more than just the red, white, and blue Medicare card. Now, there's a massive shift happening in 2026 that you need to know about. There is now a $2,100 out-of-pocket cap on your prescription drug costs for Part D. So think D for drugs. So probably the only plan letter in that alphabet suit that makes any sense. This is a huge win for your budget, but you just have to make sure your specific medications are on the plan's list, or what they call formulary, to count towards that cap. Now, here's the insider tip most people miss. It's called the birthday trap. Many people think they have to wait until their 65th birthday month to sign up, but if you wait until your birthday month or the 3 months after, your coverage might not start immediately. If you want your Medicare to be active on day one of your 65th birthday month, you actually need to apply during the 3-month period before your birthday month. So don't get stuck with coverage gap just because you waited for the cake. Now, choosing the wrong plan is expensive, but staying informed is free. Now that you know the basics of Parts A and B, your next big decision is choosing between a Medicare supplement or Medicare Advantage. I've broken that entire fork in the road in this next video right here, so click that now and I'll see you over there and help you make the right choice.